Welcome ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sunesha and we are playing KSP 1.3. So we are looking on the rocket here, and this is the rocket we designed in an early episode. This is our Icelander. So we're gonna start our great journey to going all the way to Ike and plant a flag and going home again. If we can, of course. So I really wanted to give you guys some pointers on if you're using the design I'm using here. One thing I can give a general tip here: when you are launching this rocket into the atmosphere, through the fat part of the atmosphere and everywhere, try to have a thrust weight ratio around 1.6 and try to keep that. How I do it, as soon as it hits 1.7, the thrust weight ratio, I throttle down a notch, and that often settles it down at 1.6. So if you keep that, that's enough power to power through the atmosphere here and still keep the rocket straight and it's not going too fast, so you lose fuel because of drag. So that's, otherwise it's a very simple rocket to fly. It doesn't have any aerodynamic faults or anything. It should be an easy one to fly. So I will actually launch it here and speed it up. And I want to ask you viewers if you feel like, should I spend time on routine launches and show you all the launches in real time and explain why I'm doing stuff the way I do it, or should I just speed it up like I've done in a couple of episodes now, especially for you viewers that have been following this series from the start. So yeah, I will speed this up here, but maybe I will do some pointers if I think of something. So yeah, that was a lot of talking and little doing, so let's change that. We will first throttle up our engine at 75% powers, and then we will launch it here. So let's go. So yeah, let's throttle up to 1.6 there. Okay, a pointer here, as our goal is going to the Duna system, so we need some room to maneuver around Kerbin, so my goal is to go to 150,000 meters. So what I do when I hit around 20,000 meters, I stay at a 30-degree angle like this until I hit the number 150,000 meters at the highest point. Then I just cut my throttle and we will just do a maneuver node to fix everything. So yeah, that is what I'm gonna do. Okay, time to cut the throttle. There we go. So now we have around 4 minutes and 42 seconds to the highest point. Until we reach that, that should be more than enough time to put out safely to put out a maneuver node here. And I will use the precise maneuvers fantastically and circularize it just because I'm lazy. So we can see here, let's point our ship inside the maneuver. And as we are just hitting 150,000 meters, that means we have time enough to turn our ship around, which is quite a heavy task to do when it's such a big rocket here. I can see that it weighs about 50 tons here, so yeah, it has to turn here, so it takes a lot of time to do that, so it's nice to have such a long thing. So yeah, when you are hitting around outside the atmosphere and you're done throttle, at least with this rocket, so that made it everything easy for us. Okay, cool. So let's go out to map mode. And then we have a 7 seconds burn to do, and then we are finished here, and we have 615 delta V left here, so we will have 200 delta V to spare. So that was a good calculation. So yeah, if you are doing it yourself, you have some margin of error here, so that is quite big, so it shouldn't be a big challenge. Okay, time to circularize our orbit around Kerbin here. We are at 150,000 meters, almost. Oh, I almost forgot that while I was talking there. Okay, cool, so I will just wait until the apogee and Parapius changes place, and then I know I have a good orbit. So there we go. So that was good enough orbit for me, so that's awesome. So the reason why I want to be around 150,000 meters around Kerbin is when you are too close in low orbit, there is a risk you will clip inside the rocket and then you can't finish your maneuver. So let's go back to our ship here. I think it's kind of interesting with game graphics. I pay a lot of, I'm into photography and art and other stuff too, and I paid a lot of money to get lenses without chromatic aberrations and lens flares. But, oh, that was the wrong one I was talking, yeah. So I pay a lot of money to get rid of those stuff. That is kind of, why do games simulate very bad cameras or something like that? But it's a quite pretty lens flare there at least, so yeah, at least it's pretty. But I think it's weird. Okay, so now our new solar panels here. Let's stage this. Okay, cool, so everything is out here. I'm gonna turn off SOS also, because we will spend a lot of time just orbiting around Kerbin. So if we have stuff available, yeah, all this will take use, so I saved some use there, but we have a lot of solar panels and stuff there. Okay, so let's stage our transfer stage here. I will just check that the throttle is at the bottom so we don't fly away. Cool there. So a good way to know that the stage is activated, you don't get the fuel bar if you haven't activated the engines here. So we need to plot our course to Duna system, so we need to go to the tracking station. We are here at the tracking station. As we can see, the Duna system is over here, and we have Kerbin over here. We don't want it to be like this, because it will take us forever to catch up with Duna if we are ahead of it. So the best thing we can do is to go with the recommendation that this homepage is using. I've used it all for all my stuff here. It helps you to decide when you can see we need to be 45 degrees behind Duna. This page says so, and it works. It works. I've tested it. It works. So we will use that. So you've seen how this system is spinning around here. So I will just cut until we are 45 degrees behind Duna system. Ike. We are around 45 degrees behind Duna now, a little bit ahead, but I don't think it will raise any big problems here. Our Kerbals has spent 1 year and 212 days outside in space. There is actually some theories I read in the wiki and the forums that our Kerbals can live on sunlight and snacks. Yeah, so they have spent a lot of time circulating their own planet here. So yeah, I have no idea how they have survived. It's not my thing. I don't know those things. So. Let's put a maneuver node here. Let's dial in 950, so we get outside our Kerbin system, so we get the escape here. Let's zoom out and we will target Duna. I have to tell you guys, this is one of the most difficult games for me to do commentary. It trips me up all the time here. So our angle is good, and the angle, I mean this one, we have 0 there, so cool. So where do we want to intercept Duna? Around here, I believe. So maybe if I change our position of our maneuver node, that is what I'm changing now. and I could go a little bit radial, I think. Let's go minus. It doesn't seem... Yeah, and then now... I think we have done it. Why do I don't write down these values? It will help a lot. Okay, cool. Then we got that approach there. That was a very close one, and so let's see if we can fix that better. 92. We wanted to shrink that one, so if we go backwards, yeah, shrink. I've ordered a click-free mouse for you guys, just for you guys, so you don't have to what happened there? I tried to say listen, but my brain just farted or something. Okay, so we have approached here in 60 minutes, and we need to spend about 10,010 delta V. So my first transfer stage has 40 spear. That's a little bit low. I have to think about that in the next design, but that is too close for my test. Okay. Good enough for that, so let's activate SOS, as we don't carry the big rocket any longer. It's a little bit faster to turn around now, at least. So yes. Okay, cool. We want to have an estimated burn here. Okay, I like to orient myself to up and down. There is no up and down in space, but it kind of is. It depends on your references. Yeah, I agree with that completely. Okay, let's just turn around. Okay, cool. Anyway, burst. Good. I have to be careful because I only have 50 delta V spare here. So yeah, we have more, even more later there. So it's not a disaster. We have 1,000 delta V spare there. So it's not a disaster if I overshoot it here. Okay, cool. So let's go out to map mode. And we want to 3 minutes. That will be 1.5 minutes. So around here. I just discovered this after playing this game for months. So this means that I will warp 11 minutes and 5 seconds ahead. So you can kind of get a better warp there. I just discovered that recently. That's kind of embarrassing because I really hate warping, and now I can do it more precise because I can... Okay, so let's warp a minute. Yeah, 45 seconds is good enough for me. Okay, hopefully we will not bump into the moon or something. That would be a disaster. Okay. I'm actually a little bit scared that we will bump into the moon. It looks like the angle we are going there will miss the moon a bit, at least. So, but that could be a disaster, and it could happen actually with this navigation here. Especially if I have changed the normal, that is up and down. So if I have changed the normal up there, so it could be a risk to hit the moon there. And yes. Okay, let's see what happens with the moon situation there. We can get in the sphere of influence of the moon, and that will throw up our course a bit. Okay, let's zoom out. Let's see what happens. Okay, let's slow down now. Doesn't seem like we hit the moon. I can't check the moon because I'm busy here. Yeah. Okay, let's get rid of this. Is it getting better or worse? It's getting worse, so let's go retrograde. We're almost in the prograde, so we can fix that. How is the moon situation here? I think we are very close to the moon. Yeah, we missed it. I think we went under it somehow. That's good. So let's click on this again. Why is this getting worse? Okay, let's just leave this system and then we can adjust for it. I think that is the best solution for this. Okay, it's really... Let's escape Kerbin first. Okay, cool, so we have escaped Kerbin now, so that's good. Let's check our course here, if we can make it better outside here. I think it will be a little bit easier here. So this will be a very fine adjustment, so let's go to our rocket. I will stage and get rid of those. Whee! So let's put our thrust to... I want to do it on 1. There we go. So let's make a maneuver node. Oh, that's just 3 seconds. Let's zoom out a bit. Yes, cool. So we have half hour to fix that. Let's see if we can make this better. It gets worse there. How is our angle? Is good enough? Okay, so we have an approach there. Let's see if we can see it from here. It's over here. It's not a lot of... So more... It looks like we're going under it. Okay. Now I've lost it again. Zoom out. Okay, it's shrinking. Okay, that's this bit from there, so if I go a little bit radial here, back and forth, I think we will have approach. Okay, cool. Let's zoom in again. If I go radial again... Okay, that looks a lot better. Should go a little bit normally here, so we get up there. And there we have our goal. Let's see if we can hit it from here. Radial put us there, so we need to go normal. There we got the gravity from Duna. A very weird angle though. Just hope... Can I set that as target? Yes. So maybe we can dial it in from here. So there we have it. We have our approach there. So let's focus. Yeah, we can do it from here. It's fine with that. And cool. So let's go. That made it worse. That made it better. Okay, it doesn't get better there. So that is 83,000 meters away. So that is quite close. let's focus on you. How do I do that? Focus view. Yeah. Okay, we're going over it, so if I go radial... Okay, I think this is the key. Then go down a bit. We want to hit it around 90 degrees, like this, because that will be easy for us to land if we can get a equator orbit around it, because yeah, it's easier. So let's see if we can dial that in by our eyes here. Yeah, that looks good. So now I just want to get closer. So prograde. That looks like a perfect angle for us. It's a little bit... Okay, cool. That's a good first adjustment. I think I will do one more. So let's get it pointed to our maneuver. And let's get out of map mode. I think I will... Oh, yeah. I wanted to even be more sensitive as we are just using... We are so... Let's see if we can make it 0.5. Yes, cool. So let's burst in our maneuver. Okay, 22 minutes is a little bit too long time. So let's go with 2. That's 5 minutes and 41 seconds. That's a little bit too much. So if we go to 4, that's 3 minutes. Yeah, that's a good burn. That's a really good burn. A number, because that's 1 minute. Yeah, we can do that. So let's focus back. What do I want to do? Yes, I will cut until I am close to the maneuver, and then we'll try to execute it. So we have our estimated burn around 1 minute, and we want to burn at 1 minute and 46 seconds. So yeah, we are soon there. So yeah, we just have to write it out here. Okay, finally some progress. We can see our predicted route is coming closer here. We are going so slow, but yeah, it's better, easier to adjust to something that goes slow than fast. So yeah, we're getting here slowly, and here we can see the icon counter there. So we will catch it slowly but steady. Okay, cool. There we have our predicted route. So let's work with that. Slowly but steady. So yeah, it paid off all this waiting. It paid off to be patient and try to make it very slow, because I can go super slow here, and then we can just warp here. Okay, see, the game thinks that it is a good enough adjustment, but yeah, I'm going with this is going better. I will wait until we get a good... Let's end up around 17,000 meters. We can adjust for it later here. That's good enough for me. So cool, so we are done here. We will arrive here, so that's... Let's warp here. Okay, so we now have access to our interface again. So I guess we need to go like 600. That is not enough. As you can see, we need a lot of delta V just to make our orbit, so we get cached there. Because I think we need to get our speed down to about 300 meters per second. So if I add 300 meters, let's say let's go. Yeah, like that. So we need a lot of delta V just to do that. So as you can see there, so that is what we need to do. Okay, cool. So let's execute. Let's go back to our ship, and we want to crank up our power again. Oh, that's a beautiful sight. We have Duna here, is the sun is lighting it up, and we have the dark planet of Ike there. Oh, I look forward to land on you, plant a flag, so I can feel good about myself. So, yeah. Oh, we are arriving there. We can see the curve is starting to bend, and that is what we want to see here, so we can finally get in orbit. So in the next episode we can finally land. That is my favorite part in this game. I really enjoy building rockets too. I think that is a lot of fun to build rockets and landing, but the navigation can be such a drag sometimes. And as we can see, our speed is going down to 400. I think when we orbited here last time it was around 300 meters per second, so we are getting there. Okay, that is a very good orbit. So we'll wait until the Paralpis and Apities changes place. Then we know we have a good orbit. It's starting to spin now. Okay, cool. So we have something to work with now. So let's get rid of this. And we will go to the lowest point. And we will shrink that to around 12,000 meters at first. I will not go to 10,000 meters at the first try. Otherwise, let's point ourselves into the retrograde. And we'll do this manually because this is almost easier. So let's go up here. So let's first thing will happen here is that we switch places. So it can be a. So now we are at the highest point here. So let's burst like this a bit. That's good enough for me, so let's go to the lowest point. Go up here, and then we'll shrink it on the other side. Around 12,000 meters is okay landing spot too. So how are our fuel stations? We still have around 456 meters per second to use. This is really good because we want to kill some speed when we are landing, so we can just drop down safely. So let's first burst here. Okay, cool. Let's go up here. I will shrink it a bit. Slower here. As you can see, this number is not moving as much. So let's go up there again, so we can fine adjust it. Doesn't have to be perfect, but almost. Okay, so let's go up there. So we have a 300 meters difference here, so that we have shaved down to just 50 meters difference. So yeah, let's get out of map mode. We spend too much time in map mode. I don't like map mode. It's more fun to see things here. And I finally gonna soon do the video about the mods I'm using, because as you can see, I don't have any glitches any longer. So here is where we will land in the future episode. And so that was Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, so we are inside. This is what our Kerbal see. I'm currently controlling the ship from here, so we can see outside there. There is where we will be in the next episode, and we're gonna land on this beautiful grey, boring planet and plant a flag. But look at this view. Okay, that was everything for this episode, and as always, thank you for watching.